Welcome to the Pastor's Academy podcast. In this episode, Pastor Don will continue his interview, sharing his advice on what to do when you first arrive to a new church and his thoughts regarding mentors. I wanted to ask you a question earlier. You've been at this new church now for, a couple of months?
Yes.
Is there a good philosophy, a good practice of what a pastor can or should do when they first arrive to a church? Any advice on first church practices?
Yeah, just build relationships. That's the one thing that I've learned, and I can tell you, relationship capital is the cherished possession in a ministry. When people know that you love them, they'll follow you and they'll go with you through the changes that you want to make later on. But just make sure it's about, and just slow down. Just slow down. There's times in which God says, okay, it's time to move, you move. But Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built.
Yes.
Just enjoy people, enjoy the relationships, allow God to use you there, sit beside a bedside in a hospital, make that phone call to that shut-in person, go by and visit them. Somebody lost their dog, go say something when they put the dog in the ground. Just go share some encouragement. Just get to know people, love them. That's what I'd say. Build relationships is number one.
Good.
And I guess probably listen, which I'm not too good at that sometimes. Listen to the stories. Coming on to a new ministry, a lot of times there's some stories there that you just need to listen to. You can gain some wisdom by it when you're praying through decision making. And then there are some people who just want to know that you care. And there's some hurt people out there that maybe the last couple of months in church life, how things have went, or maybe they've been hurt by the church, and you don't internalize that. You don't take it on as your own responsibility, but you just listen. Just listen. Slow to speak, slow to become angry, quick to listen, James says.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Listening. That's a huge takeaway. You have a mentor or been mentored. Any advice on what a pastoring mentor should incorporate in their ministry and mentoring process?
Yeah, like I said, it's the questions. I don't think the mentor should answer all the questions for the mentoree. That's too easy. That's not mentoring.
That's true. It's not good leadership.
No, I think, if you would pull, being the mentor, ask the questions to get the mentoree to think. And that's what my mentor does all the time. I ask him a question, he'll answer it with a question. So
like, what would you do?
Yeah. Yeah. So don't answer all the questions, answer all the questions, ask the right questions. And then accountability, loving accountability, just have the right to say, that was dumb, or you're not acting right there. Or, you probably need to check that out and see what's going on in your heart in that thing, because I don't sense the fruit of the Spirit in that response or that attitude that you have. I think a mentor is a long haul. It's not coaching. I think coaching is kind of short, in the moment. That may be a bad definition, but that's the way I see it. Mentoring is over the long haul, over your life. And then you're able to return the favor. And as a mentoree, just stay humble. Just make sure, I know this sounds cynical. Maybe there's some things I need to check out, because cynicism is not a good thing. But make sure you got the right motives when you're picking a mentor. And don't just pick the people who can help your career. Oh. I've seen a lot of guys do that. I've seen a lot of guys pick mentors that are in certain positions within denominational life. Just check your motives there while you're doing that. Do you want to grow spiritually, or do you want to get a bigger church?
Politics starts early in the church sometimes.
It doesn't happen as bad now, but there was a guy I went to seminary with that when we go to conventions and things like that, he would have his resume. So not good.
Thank you for listening. Tomorrow, Pastor Don shares his advice on how to deal with difficult church members. Don't want to miss this. See you then.